I think my initial thoughts about failure being an important, unavoidable part of my career is that it's definitely true. Um, that when you start a new job or start a new position, that failure is a good thing because if you know everything, then you're overqualified. So, for example, at my current job right now, it's like my first month, and I am learning everything, every single thing I'm assigned. I learn something new because there's so much and everything is so different, and it's a really good thing that because failure without failure, then you don't learn all the little mistakes and reminders of what to do. It'll make you do better overall. And the TED Talk that resonated with me most was the first one. I forget what the name is. It's the one on being wrong. It resonates with me most because as someone who's very opinionated and always thinks that they're right, it's kind of hard to admit when I'm wrong, even though I don't want to. But the reason why it resonates with me most is because my dad always tells me that I always try to find ways to prove that people are wrong, which or make people wrong basically. So like in an argument, I'll like do certain things to make people end up being wrong, which is not good. But some strategies I would like to try to develop my resiliency when dealing with mistakes is to accept my faults and move forward because I'm someone who doesn't really like to accept my mistakes because I see it as like a sign of not like a sign of weakness, but I just don't like to admit when I'm wrong because when I'm wrong, it means I did something that I didn't. That means I'm underqualified, and my job right now, I'm doing a lot of things wrong because I don't know what I'm doing because it's my first month. So, um, stuff like that. Yeah, accepting my mistakes and moving forward and not being embarrassed to ask questions to or embarrassed to admit when I'm wrong or I have no idea what I'm doing because I always try to do as much as I can without having to ask questions and I end up either doing things wrong or getting stuck on parts that if I ask somebody they'd be able to figure it out within like 1 or 2 minutes. So